What's up guys, Jacob Ober here. Welcome to my 2018 NLDS preview and predictions video between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Colorado Rockies. And before I really dive deep into things, I just want to say that this series is awesome for a baseball fan like me, someone who really likes to watch the sport itself. Seeing a series like this with two small market teams that actually deserve to be where they are, instead of the usual Cubs and Yankees and Red Sox that have $200 million payrolls and get all the media ratings. As a baseball fan, a series like this is what baseball needs, and it's awesome to see two underdog teams like this meet in the NLDS in such a big playoff series. So with that being said, let's dive into it here. So the Brewers and the Rockies are two of the best offensive teams in baseball. The Rockies are scoring an average of 4.77 runs a game, while the Brewers are scoring an average of 4.63 runs per game. Both rank in the top 12 in the major leagues. And really, this series is going to have a lot of offense. There's a lot of star power on both sides. Both the Rockies and the Brewers. Obviously, the Brewers have the MVP, Christian Yelich, but they also have guys like Lorenzo Cain and Jesus Aguilar and Ryan Braun. I mean, there's a lot of star power on this Milwaukee Brewers team. Same goes for the Colorado Rockies. They have Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, Charlie Blackmon, Cargo. There's just a lot of star power on both sides, and this is going to be a really entertaining series to watch because of that. And let me tell you, in two hitter-friendly ballparks like this, with two really hitterish teams that can really hit the ball and hit home runs over the fence, you know, there's going to be a lot of offense, there's going to be a lot of scoring, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a few 9 to 8 games in this series. So for maybe the casual baseball fan who likes to see a lot of offense, that's really, really big, and hopefully that'll get the ratings up a little more, because the MLB is probably pretty worried about this series being two small market teams. They don't draw the big audiences, but I mean, it's going to be an entertaining baseball series to watch with all the runs that are going to be scored. So we'll have to see what happens on that ratings front. But as for the series itself, I think it's going to come down to basically the pitching staff. As much as I've talked about offense thus far, the pitching is really going to be the deciding factor, and this is where Milwaukee has a really, really big advantage. They have the 5th best team ERA in baseball. They have the 5th best bullpen ERA in baseball. The Rockies, on the other hand, have the 20th best team ERA in baseball and the 26th best bullpen ERA in baseball. So this series really favors Milwaukee in terms of pitching, and the Rockies had to burn through a lot of their relievers in the past 2 days with the game 163 versus the Dodgers, and then the wild card game against the Cubs that went 13 innings last night. The Rockies ended up winning 2-1, but they had to burn a lot of their arms, and I mean, with only a day off in between that game and the NLDS game 1, that's gonna make a difference. It really is. And I mean, with the Rockies starting pitching not being very deep, and of course the bullpen doesn't have the kind of depth that Milwaukee's bullpen does, this really favors Milwaukee. I mean, you take a look at a bullpen like Colorado's versus Milwaukee's. Milwaukee has Hader and Jeffress and Knebel and Soria and Dan Jennings, and then you have the Rockies bullpen, who really have 3 guys who I would trust late in the game. That would be Adam Ottavino, Wade Davis, and Scott Oberg, and after that, there's just really not a lot there. And in a 5-game series, you're going to have to work those guys a lot, so that really gives Milwaukee an advantage, because the Brewers might be able to trot out different guys for the same scenario in consecutive nights, and they will still be effective. So that's really where the Brewers have the advantage, and that's why I think the Brewers are going to win this series and advance to the NLCS. Obviously, a lot of offensive numbers are going to be put up in this game, or in this series. A lot of firepower on both ends, a lot of superstars, and it's going to be a great series to watch, and I really wish the best of luck to the Rockies, and I'm so thankful that they knocked out the Cubs, because I didn't really want to play the Cubs again, considering the way that their fan base is and the way that they can just kind of flip a switch and be insane for like a few days, you know, and that would really work against the Brewers. And of course, they're also they would also be very, very motivated against the Brewers after they won the Central, or took the Central from them in this final month. But it's going to be a great series to watch. I think the Brewers are going to take this series in 4 games. I think the Rockies get one in Colorado, but the Brewers will win the 4th game in Colorado. and they're going to go to the NLCS, where I think they'll probably face the Dodgers unless the Braves can pull an upset there, but I would go with the Dodgers in that series. But anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. Those are my predictions for this series. That's my preview. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the Brewers are going to win this series? Do you think the Rockies are going to win this series? And in how many games are those teams going to win the series? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Brewers, and best of luck to the Rockies.